Ngaba live kwaba mnyama kanje. Kuthiwa si-live, so why is it dark? Okay. Maybe I just need to shift kancane nje. Shift. Bese siyaqhubeka-ke. Sanibonani. Emakhosini, siyakhuleka emakhosini, bantwana basekhaya. I'm trying to fix the lights. Okay. I hope ngibetha manje. I hope I am flying. I hope ngiyabonakala. Oh, this is the power of healing with Uthabi ungeyena. Vele kumosheka izinto nje, yazi makuphakama ezinye izinto kumosheka okunye nazo kuyaqhuma, but anyway, asiqhubekeni. Ngiyakhuleka-ke emakhosini bantwana basekhaya. I'm late kakhulu kabi futhi. I was supposed to do this ngo 11:30, but-ke mhlawumbe akuvumi kunele iy'ngilosi bezingavumi. Bekune-connection beyingahlangani, so bekudingeka ukuthi ihlangana. Before ngicala-ke bantwana basekhaya, ngifuna uku-observe i-protocol today, ne? Ngifuna ukuthi kunalo gogo kufanele ngimhloniphe or ngihloniphe amakhehla besiyowalanda entabeni 2 weeks ago. Ngifuna ukuhlonipha lawo makhehla ngoba i-protocol ithi mangiqeda ukwenza into fanele ngiqhubeke lapho engigcine khona. Ngizohlonipha-ke lo gogo besiyolanda amakhehla kubo. Ngihloniphe futhi isikhundla sakhe. Ngihlonipha abanguni namhlanje, guys. Ngizohlonipha abanguni, abantwana belanga. Ngiyangibona ngithi ngingigcokele nokungigcokele. Ngizohlonipha abantwana belanga, abantwana basekhaya namhlanje. Nalawo makhehla-ke besiwalanda. Ningivumele nje kancane, uye kuphela ngicabanga ukuthi uzongi-understand-a mangisho kanje, ngoba ngizama ukuthi yena nalapha khona ngingathi mina mangiphakamisa abakubo bese baphakama kuye lapha ahleli khona. Besisho kanje-ke, sihloniphe lawo makhehla. Mkabayi, siyakhuleka Mkabayi kaJama. Mkabayi kaJama. Siyakhuleka Mkabayi, Mkabayi kaJama. Hayi Mkabayi kaJama. Mkabayi, siyakhuleka Mkabayi. Mkabayi kaJama. Hey, yane, kunezinto ey'vukayo nje namhlanje. Siyakhuleka Mkabayi. Mkabayi kaJama. Sizokhuleka-ke emakhosini akamdunga, sikhuleke emakhosini oMahlangu, sikhuleke emakhosini akaRathebe, sikhuleke emakhosini kaMfukeng, sikhuleke emakhosini kaMaduna, sikhuleke emakhosini kaNkabinde, sikhuleke emakhosini kaNxumalo, oZwide abakhulu namhlanje. Ya, sikhuleke emakhosini kaMzilikazi, khuleke emakhosini kaMgidi, ngikhuleke emakhosini kaDlamini. Ngiyakhuleka-ke bazali bami. Ngikhuleke-ke kugogo uNomabutho. Thokoza gogo wami, ngiyabonga kakhulu. Ngihlonipha nje i-position obakuphiwe wona nesikhundla abakuphe sona nje abadala. Into yiyo mntanisekhaya, sibancane kangaka inhlonipho nayo sisi. Ngiyabonga gogo. Ababaningi abantu esihlangana nabo ababancane abakhuliswe ngendlela okhuliswe ngayo edlozini bese bangayiphakamisi. Sibonga lokho guys, ukuthi asiyiphakamisi thina masihlangene. Umthetho uthi sizosebenza la noma i-purpose ukuthi sizosebenza la, sizosizana, sizosiza abantu futhi. So, omunye makakhuphula omunye akusho ukuthi khona ongcono, kusho ukuthi siyakhulisana. Manje ngiyakuhlonipha-ke khehla lami, ngiyakuhlonipha gogo, ngihlonipha nje lamakhehla ohamba nawo. Amakhehla ahlonipha kakhulu. Basihloniphile laba bantu, basihloniphe sesikhonjwa ngesibhamu, ngoba phela awukwazi ukuvusa amabutho bese kungavuki ibhamu. So sakhonjwa ngey'bhamu, kodwa angizi kuyixoxa kakhulu leyo. Kodwa indlela esisebenze kahle ngakhona, ngifuna kube njalo-ke mina. Mawuyolimpi, awubuyi kungenama-casualties bantwana basekhaya. Mawuyophakamisa amakhehla futhi kumakhehla kwawona, angeke kuhlale kuthule nje. Uzobe uyangiqaka kwanami ngithi ngiyokulungisela iy'nto zakho bese kungabi nabantu abaphakamayo, kungabi nezimo ezenzakalayo. Kodwa-ke siyababonga because basihloniphile. Manje ngithe mina ngihlonipha abanguni. Abantwana baselangeni. Ngizohlonipha-ke abalozi ngoba sithe masilanda amakhehla sayophakamisa abalozi. Manje-ke awuthi-ke sihloniphe abalozi, angithi? Bese-ke siyaqhubeka. Eyi, asikisini guys, I'm sorry. Kunalento nje engifuna ukuyehlisa. Angazi kuqhumile la, bengimuhle kabi sekuqhumile. Anyways, siyabingelela-ke, athi-ke senze izinto zakhona kungaze kuthiwa awu, sekwenziwa njalo, senazenzela Thabile, seniyazenzela. Mawukhuleka-ke bantwana basekhaya, kufanelanga ukuthi ukhuleke bese ungayenzi into ezakhona, ningasixakini ne, okay? Alright, asixoxeni-ke, asixoxeni. So, this thing. Ngithe hey manje, why ningasho ukuthi ngibulisa abanguni ngendlela efanele? Emakhosini, Thokozani, Camagusha, Lisedi, Khanya. Yeah. I was trying to look for a vendor lento because nje wonke umuntu uthe emakhosini, so you need to other languages, but unfortunately angizange ngiphumelele futhi isikhathi bese singishaya. Okay, so ngithe ngizokhuluma ngani ngokungcola kwekhaya, right? Ngizokhuluma ngesichitho esithunyelwa bese kuba ukungcola kwekhaya. Yeah. Ningangibambi ngey'nto zenu, angithi guys. Okay. Okay. So ngithe ngizokhuluma ngokungcola ne guys. So uyathola ukuthi asiqaleni la, kunezinto engifuna ukuyi-explain mhlambe sizazi. Kukhona iy'lwane, there are spiritual animals that we carry thina singabantu. I want you to understand animals in spirituality. There are animals that represent your elements or spirit guides. These animals that represent your ancestral spirits. These animals that we call your spiritual animals. Eziveza ubuwena nento yiyo mawuzibona noma uyiphupha. There was 4 man. I thought about. I'll remember the other one. Bese this one yokugcina engikhulume ngayo in this topic. Bese kuba ilama animals esithi thina. Ama-animals asetshenziswayo esikhathini esiningi ukwenza izinto ezingahambisani nento, ezingahambisani nemithetho esibekelwe yona noma nendlela efanele ngabe siyayihamba. Or iy'lwane ey'setshenziswa for izinto ezi-wrong. Thi ngisho njalo, I think it will make sense mangisho njalo. Kukhona iy'lwane umuntu akakaze athi yazi mina ngiphuphe amaphela bese thina masi-translate noma si-interpreta sithi into enhle leyo akwenzeki. Awukwazi ukuthi uphuphe amagundwane bese thina sithi masi-translate or si-interpreta sithi or si-interpreta, sorry, no translation, but sithi into enhle leyo, cha akwenzeki. Awukwazi ukubona amaphela endlini physically now. I'm going to talk about physical things that we see. And then sizodiscuss. Awukwazi ukubona amagundwane endlini. Okay, ulibone ephupheni ulibone endlini bese mina ngizothi into enhle akusinto enhle leyo. Khona into eza nalo. Awukwazi ukubona amaphela agcwele endlini bese uthi into enhle leyo. Awukwazi endlini nibe yabantu nje abalalayo day in and day out. Angikhulumi ngomuntu oyedwa mhlawumbe olalayo, but ngikhuluma ngabantu abalalayo endlini a day in and a day out. Yini lini le elaliswayo kuwe? Yini le elaliswayo emizini wakho? And in most cases imizi enjalo awukwazi ukuthi umuntu uhlale endlini uvuke ekseni uthi uyasaba ukusebenza uzwe nje umkhathalo. Once wena wathi uyaqala ubeka imop namanzi lana nani kungcole umoya wakho uthi fanele ngabe ngiyaklina umzimba wale, bese sithi into enhle leyo. Kunokungcola guys okuthunyelwayo emzini womuntu, especially when you are a healer. Especially, okay, now awuthi ngiyichaze into yokungcola. Kukhona abantu abathwale ngokungcola. Angizungena ekuthwaleni kakhulu namhlanje. I'll do a video about umuntu ukuthwala nesithwalo next year. Umuntu othwele ngokungcola. Akusonke umuntu othwele ngegazi abantwana basekhaya. Khona umuntu othwele ngokungcola. Khona ukungcola kokuthi kwenziwe. Kuyathunyelwa kuwe ukuthi akuzukuba clean lapha, because ukungcola kwenza ukuthi abantu abadala bangahlali. Okokuqala nje emzini wakho kwenza ukuthi abantu abadala bangahlali, kwenza ukuthi unyanyeke. So bese kuba khona-ke le engisho yokuthi ukukhathala. In most cases abantu abanalama situations engiwabalile, uthola ukuthi i-light, I always say to people, observe i-light yasendlini, i-lighting, i-brightness of i-lighting yasendlini ukuthi njani. Guys, yabona into yomoya, it's something that sonke sihamba nayo. Into akusinto technical, akusinto difficult leyo. Sonke sihamba nayo, meaning you can tell when there's a problem. A person can tell. A person can feel uma ngabe endlini kune problem. Yabona lento ukuthi hayi man into ejwayelekile le vele amaphela into ekhona nani. When your instinct says lento wrong, take it up. Please let me know man khatha guys ne connection because we work nge network la. And lento yami laptop was acting up. So mangabe into ikutshela, your intuition mayikutshela ukuthi lento oyibonayo i-wrong. Ayijiki. Mase amaphela so wabona ukuthi a-wrong ngempela. Cause kunento esithi thina it's not ordinary anymore. It's not something natural efanele kuyenzeke anymore. It's uqindezeleka kwezinto or into yokusetshenzwa manje. So kunabantu yazi ukuthi uthi uyavuka ekseni uyasebenza uyaklina. Yazi uyakubona ukungcono endlini kodwa uthi uyaklina ubone ukuthi hayi cha akwenzeki nje. Futhi ubone nelanga lahamba kube kusasa same thing. Khona abantu uthi umuntu avuka ekseni ahamba ayohlala ngaphandle or umndeni bayohlala ngaphandle mhlawumbe egcekeni, it's done. Eminye imimoya iyathunyelwa ukuthi akuzukuba kuhle lapha. So you must understand, the more clutter in the house, the more kungcola, the more izinto zingahlali, the more imali ngeke izihlale, the more abantu banye wonke umuntu uzosindwa. Yiyo ke into efunekayo le ukuthi yazi ukuthi umuntu asindwe uzusindwe ngisho ukufuna umsebenzi, because ilento eyenziwe la, yilo moya oyenziwe la. Uthola ukuthi kukhona ke laba uthola ukuthi ngisho izitsha umuntu uhluleka ngisho ukwenza izitsha ke manje amandla phela makufanele yenze izitsha. Lezo zinto Thokoza, sithokoza. Ah, mangabe kufanele ukuthi mangabe unabo abalozi sithandwa sami, ngicela ukukuphendula ngingaqali ukuphendula ama-questions. Mangabe unabo abalozi, ithola impempe sithandwa sami, ungatholi akufanele abalozi abafuni-ke le rasayo sisi, hhayi le ye-netball ye-silver. I've got that one e-silver kweye-sports. Uyabona le, this cheapest one. This one is not as it shouldn't be loud. Bayakwazi ukuyiculela abalozi, so your whistle shouldn't be loud. But-ke I hope we've learned ukuthi bayavuswa ngithi. So ufundile ukuthi bayavuswa? Yes. So yeah, mangabe manje bengithini? Kwakhona. So kuyenzeka-ke ukuthi ezinye izinto zenziwe uyazi ukhathale lokho ukuthi kuyacasula, ukucasula wena emoyeni ukukhathala kwakho. Uyabona ucasuke nje ukuthi hayi man ngayivila nje. Yazi ngaba ivila elingazalwanga liyivila. Lezo zinto guys, lezo zinto zisho ukuthi kukhona imimoya engekho right egcekeni like lakho emzini wakho. Nayi-ke le yazi guys khona amaphela normal, bese kuba khona amaphela ayisichitho. Uwabona lawa alethiwe lawa, yabona lawa uziwathola ahamba ngisho emibhedeni, uziwathole ayenzani, afunani? Afunani? Ake sizifundiseni ukulwa man, ake singaziyekeleli kangaka bese sikhala ngenhlupheko, ake sizifundiseni ukuvuka nje silwe. Mina umuntu ongalwi guys uyayangisinde ngoba impilo ukulwa. Now I'm going to talk about my experience, ne? I like referring to my stories. Some years ago, I dreamt 3 a.m., exactly 3 a.m. Ngibona in my bedroom engathi kungena igundwane, liyangena leli lokuqala and then mase kufanele ngene lawa ngithi ngiwavala. But then so i-dream ukuthi kungenele leli one, but ngiphaphame bese ngivala iwindow. Mase ngilivalile iwindow because bekushisa ngilele ngivula iwindow. Mase ngilivalile, this is now it came in a dream, ngavuka ngavala iwindow. Mase ngiceda nje ukulivala sekunayi-3 amile now physically ngithi mhlambe I'm seeing things. Mhlambe I'm seeing things. Ngivusa ingane yami ukuthi awuzobona mhlambe angiyiboni lento engiyibonayo. Athi noma uyayibona yinto ekhona, ngithi okay. Bese-ke enhlizweni yami ngithi sengivalile ngiyawabona, ngithi okay fine. This is before my while I was going through self-training, ngingakayenzi initiation. Ngingaka-initiate-wa. Bese kube nalento ethi hayi man, akukwazi. Ekuseni till today angifuni ukuqamba amanga kini guys, salifuna igundwane engalibona lingena alikho la endlini. So belingeniswa ngemimoya ukuthi abakithi bangisizile ukuthi ngiphaphame ngikwazi kungakangeni physically. Ngoba kushuthi, and you know guys, the funny thing is one, I live in a flat and I live in a flat esemiddle. Amagundwane anyuke kanjani azafika ku-bedroom window? That was my question. So why I'm sharing this, because enye into iboniswa kanti yenzeka ngempela physical, khona ukuthi uphuphe kanti awuphuphi. Somebody sent me a photo last wathi gogo ngibe ngiphupha ngibona inyoka, ngathuka ngaphaphama, mangiphaphama ihleli exactly lapho engiyibone khona. Khona-ke inyoka yokuthunyelwa, khona inyoka yokuthi vuka manje kuyalwa impi manje, khona inyoka. Yazi uthi ungithumela isithombe ukuthi so ngamchazela-ke. But guys, most cases into uma uyiphupha bese uyayibona physically, sometimes akusiyiphupho, usuke you-spiritual being uvukile and you are seeing what's happening. So kunalawo magundwane-ke guys, lawa-ke awuzi ukuyibona imali mase lingenile endlini. Yazi ukuthi uzoyihola u-15,000 but awuzi ukumbona u-15,000 ukuthi uyaphi. Kukhona abantu abahola umholo omuhle or abahola isalary enhle, but the problem is not the salary. The problem is imimoya. I-problem akusiyileyo salary, imimoya le esetshenzwayo endaweni yakho, in your space, eyenza ukuthi imali ibe ngathi ayikho. Uke wakhawunta imali and not even understand ukuthi hayi mani, yazi ngisabathi ngiyayikhawunta lento uthi mangibheka izinto engizenzile ngibheka imali benginayo, hayi mani, kanti what happened to me? Imimoya, guys, it's very important that you understand imimoya, ukuthi imimoya, it's not only what we see, it's not only ukuthi umuntu ufanele ayenze physical things to you, and it's not that you're going to see physical things in yourself. Sometimes ungathinteki wena abakini bazi ukuthi kodwa la izikhali la egcekeni lakho, in your yard zikhali induku. Because the minor things that we think it's normal, it's actually not. When it becomes extreme, when it becomes into manje ukuthi ayisalawuleki, then it's not normal anymore. It's not ordinary anymore. So kunalezo zinto lezo kuney'lwane, guys, that are not that are ngathini, come from the dark side, the dark animals, dark spiritual animals. As much as we have demons, kuney'lwane ey'setshenziswayo ukwenza izinto ey'thize, and those animals abantu abaziyo, those are easy access. You see, it's very difficult to ukushintsha i-spiritual animal esithize esingacarry the bad element for umuntu. So in most cases abantu basebenzisa lezi vele ezi-weak in spirituality, so they would actually affect your spiritual space. Basebenzisa lezi ezi-weak in terms of imisebenzi yabantu abadala. Angazi noma niyangithola, am I explaining it correctly? But you get that. I'm waiting for questions, guys. That's why ngizama ukuthi ngi-explain ne. I'm waiting for you to ask questions. So ley'lwane lezi zizo-affecta, I don't wanna lie to you. Kube khona lento yokuthi uphuphe iy'bungu. Iy'bungu-ke zikaningi, iy'ntuthwane zikaningi. But I wanted to ukugqila kakhulu kule yalamaphela lawa uncontrollable. Yabona, I always say, I remember I said, yazi kuba khona isikhathi where uzubone ukuthi iphela ngathi selifuna ukuchomela wena-ke manje endlini yakho, ubone ukuthi selifuna ukuchomela wena manje endlini yakho. We need to understand these things. Ukuthi okunye akusukuthi abantu bayazenza, guys. There was this other story where I went to this house. Angisumuntu othanda ukuya emzini yabantu. I went to this house long time ago. You know, mangena, the first thing I asked was, why nilala kangaka? Why nilala kangaka? Why nina nje emini bekushisa at that time, it was early in the afternoon. Why nilele? So yini le elaliswayo kini? Because as the more nilala ulala, the more ulaliswa. Yini le ngafanelanga isebenze uyibone. So then I said to them, ngicela ningilayitele i-light. Bakhanyisa. I don't know whether ukawabona bakhanyise kodwa idrophu ungaliboni. I was like, oh, that's akunande light elikhanyayo la. So kahle kahle izinto zicinye, because into eyenziwe isimoya, guys, the first thing that picks it up is light. The first thing that will give you a sign ukuthi something is wrong in your house, whether abantu abadala bekho or kanja, it's light. Kuba dim kungekho dim. So we need to know these things. We need to be very observant in our lives when it comes to certain things, because spirituality goes beyond what we think. Ziningi izikhali abantu abashaywa ngazo. It's not necessarily ukuthi fanele baze bahlangane ney'mpahla zakho nani yakho. No. It's not impahla zakho. Guys, I'm waiting. If there are no questions, then I'm going to have ukuthi see end the streaming. Yeah. But ziningi izinto eziyenza ukuthi ezi-affect impilo yakho. Uh, Asingakhaliswa ukuthi umuntu mina bona abantu bangithakatha ukuthi eh ya angazi ubani wathatha into yami nani nani, fanele kuze kuthathwe into, cha, ezinye akufanelanga kuze kuthathwe into. Ukuthi ungatholi umsebenzi akusuke ukuthi khona okuthathiwe kwakho, khona umoya nje lowo okuwukuthi ukhona uhlala nawo endlini. I remember I did a video ngathi mina eh when you want to see when you want to see ukuthi kunesichitho esisetshenziswe ekhaya, what do you do? And I told you guys what to do. Mawufuna ukuthesta ukuthi kunento eyenziwe ekhaya elento. Okay? Please do get it, Tanasami. Please do get it. It was talking. I'm glad to good I validated or confirmed to good you need Timpempe because anything that resonates with your spirit, that's your weapon sometimes, isn't Ozako? You need to understand it. Once it resonates with your spirit, once utungena a shop and kube nale connection kuwe nento khona into exoxayo. Sometimes abantu abadala abakayichazi kuwe but as you've heard, I always say to people, thenga into uyibeke eceleni, you will but don't buy everything, guys. Thenga into uyibeke eceleni and question ukuthi eyani lento eningithengise yona, but it will come to you ukuthi why boyidinga. Okay, sisibone uncedeka. So uzongixolela encedeka. I'm not Xhosa ne, but I'm trying to understand. Uthetha ukuba xa elila elila eBuddha. I don't get the two words. Elila eBuddha egcine. If you can just explain it to me, ngizokhona ukuthola ukuthi ukhuluma kanjani. Oh, okay, now I get you. So akhuluma izinto and then it's there's a disconnection yakhe nabantu bakubo. So what kushuthi abakwazi ukuthi bamfikise ku the state of understanding into azibonayo. So into eyenzakalayo bona basebenzisa yena ukuthi nina nithola ama messages. You understand? Because yena abakwazi ukwagcina kuye because umuntu ongakwazi understand what's going on. So what they're trying to do mhlawumbe abantu abadala is then batry ukuthi uyabuza uncede ukuthi if umuntu aphuphane and then guys bese ayakhuluma or akhale, kusuke ukuthi yena lento abazama ukumtshela yena kuyayihlali. So bazama ukuthola omunye umuntu ozoyiqonda into abayishoyo. So in most cases lo muntu lo udinga ukuthi kube na mhlambe kube ne-intuning eyenziwayo ukuthi akwazi ukuthi a-understand without them actually, because ngesinye isikhathi uzokhuluma izinto, khona abantu abathi mabalele bakhuluma iy'limi, guys, and they don't know that bakhuluma iy'limi or they don't hear iy'limi abay'khulumayo. Okay, bakhulume thank you so much for explaining it to me, Silungu Sithando Sami. So bakhuluma iy'limi but they don't know. Sometimes I've always said to people, understand what tongues are, because when you're channeling spirits, you channel them with tongues depending on the spirits that are coming onto you. So omunye umuntu khona umuntu avuke or mhlambe ethalele. And also guys, there's sleepwalking. What is this date that is taking you? Especially sleepwalking happens to kids kakhulu, guys. So uthola ukuthi lo muntu uyakhuluma khona umuntu ofike abe nama-incantations, ophiwa ama-incantations, but akakwazi ukuwasho evukile. You understand? Hence we say, when you are being prepared, and I think I made a video about when you are being prepared for a spiritual journey, kunezinto ezenzeka usemncane, kunezinto ozibonayo, kunezinto oyiphuphayo. So if you're going to be somebody ozonqoba ngomkhuleko, before usakhula, your dreams will only be sorted ngomkhuleko. So you get that you find yourself dreaming and praying in a dream. They're giving you the weapons are given, guys, throughout our journey of how to resolve things. So omunye makakhuluma lo muntu uyathetha amacala, or bona labantu abakhulumayo kuye makakhala bayathetha amacala athethwayo la, but akakwazi ukwasho ngendlela, and ukukhala kwakho kusho ukuthi basho ukuthi bona we seeking attention for this particular thing, because lento eyenzeka kulo muntu izomlimaza. So the only way they can get through to that person olele ophuphayo is because yena in-tuning yakhe is not connected correctly. Uzophimisela, meaning uzokhuluma loud, uzoyikhipha akhuluma lele. I'm not sure if I've answered you, Stando Sam. Okay, I once dreamt of my aunt taking a bath. That's, I mean, uyaphila yini u-auntie, because leso sichitho sikuye kushuthi. Leso sichitho sayenzwa ngaye. You understand that wherever she is, si exista ngaye if usaphila. Ngicela ungiphendule, usaphila yini, so that I can explain the second one. Because mangabe kukuthi akasekho uyamphupha auntie, uwabone kuye, kushuthi kulinyazwe idlozi, kulinyazwe amathonga asekhaya. Mangabe umuntu ongasekho, kushuthi njoba uwabona kuye, asho ukuthi lento kusetshenzwe thina singabadala bekhaya. Angazi if ngiyayi-explaina kahle, sithandwa sami. But if kukuthi uphupha umuntu and then lo muntu akasekho emhlabeni kodwa lamaphela bewe kuye, kusho ukuthi kulinyezwe umsamo, if it makes sense. Oh, so what do tomatoes represent in a dream? Depends on the context of the dream, Sthanda Sami. Depend on the content of the dream. Ukuthi akuqalanga ngithi kwaba tomatoes and then kwaba a huge black snake. So what happens is I have to understand the whole dream, iqale kanjani, and know your spiritual space, because I would say to you that the snake intenhle, ne? Kanti the rainbow colors mean certain things. So I need to know the whole content of the dream. Ukuthi okay, gogo liqale so, then I would understand what was happening. So it helps mangabe ngazi your spiritual space, because it makes it easy for me to know into oyiphuphayo ukuthi zisuke zikhuluma ngani, mayelana nani. Angazi noma ngiyakuphendula, sithandwa sami. Uzolibalekela kuze kube nini, sithandwa sami Sive? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, CV. If it's wrong, please do forgive me. Uzolibalekela kuze kube nini lolo lwandle? Kushuthi wena uzobaleka until baze benze njani, fanele baze bakulanda endlini. I've always said this to people, bazokulanda. Yabona the day sebekulanda ngempela, so ulibona live, ungaphuphi-ke manje ulibona endlini. That's the day you would understand ukuthi bazama ukukuthola ukuthi kanti what's going on. So you need to just fix face your fear and uhambe, if possible uhambe uyokhuluma nalo ukuthi bantu abadala kwenze njani, nangilibe ningilanda ningithumela, chazani ukuthi kwenzakalani, nifuna ini kimi, zibonakaliseni ke manje njengento enizoyi-understand-a because ngiyalibona lo lwandle kodwa angilitholi ukuthi lisho ukuthini. So ngicela ningichazele ukuthi lisho ukuthini. As I said guys, amaphupho ane-content eningi and amaphupho it helps a lot uma u-understand i-spiritual space somuntu nokuthi ehambeni lwakhe ne-spiritual journey ukangakanani, it helps a lot. Tornadoes, gogo. Oh, sorry. Many tornadoes. Oh, bona makhehla wena. It's I think for sorry, man. And I said I thought actually you type it wrong. Let me go back to your question. Ngiyibone kahle ke. Hey, naze ningisha nikhumbule ukuthi ugogo phela akaboni kahle hle 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 hle. All right. I'm trying to get to your question, yes. So, tornadoes, guys. Hey, sometimes you get there are tornadoes ezilimazayo that you need to be aware of. Ezikulimazayo ezingezi kahle. Hey, what's going on? Why landing a phone control? I'm trying to control my okay, there we go. Oh. So tornadoes. You saw tornadoes and you saw a huge snake. Sorry, Sandra, now I get it. Inkanyamba leyo sis. You need to understand ukuthi umkhulu ufunani. You need to understand ukuthi uza ngani futhi inkanyamba leyo sithando sami. Hope I have answered your question. Oh, so the importance of vusa abalozi. Abalozi abavuswa noma ubani, abavuswa umuntu abayivezi emuntwini onganabo abalozi, guys. That I think I did a video about abalozi. I'm not sure. Yeah. Abavuswa nanoma ubani. But I think I did a video about abalozi. Kudingeka ukuthi kube umuntu ophiwe abalozi okwazi ukubavusa futhi nakhona ibaphi, basebenza beza ngani, bahamba nobani. Awukwazi uvele nje uhambe uyovusa abalozi ngoba ngesinye isikhathi guys uthi uyovusa into kanti vele sowuthungelwe into uzithole sowuba nezizwe, meaning uyithola unalama voices ongawatholi. So we need to understand the vibrations of sounds, because abanye abantu would actually think it's just the sound, any sound abalozi, kanti not every sound abalozi. Oh, so anti usaphila, then isichithe esihamba naye isithando sami, into ehamba naye kusho ukuthi wherever she is lento ihamba naye kuye. Azokuthatha mangabe unamacala CV, amanzi awavele athathe umuntu nje. Umuntu uthathwa amanzi mangabe nento ayifihlayo nezinto azenzayo ezingahambisani nento ayiyo, azokuthatha-ke. Amanzi awasukeli noma bani, yithi esiwasukelayo. Yithi esenza izinto and I always explain this to my clients. Yithi esenza izinto ezenza ukuthi sifike lapha sisale. So mawuzosala kusho ukuthi khona into oyaziyo wena wedwa ongafuni abanye abantu bayazi. Guys, sinezinto ey'ningi that sikhiphe iy'mfihlo ezisilimazayo. So that's why kubalulekile ukuthi umuntu makayokufaka emanzini noma umuntu nihamba naye emanzini, learn to respect and love yourself enough that ungavumi noma yini noma kanjani. I'm not going, angikwazi ukugxeka abanye abantu indlela abasebenza ngayo, asibekwanga nokuphiwa ngokufana. But you must also question certain things, like in a group when you're 50, niya emanzini nonke, same time, same place, same lento. Ama-energies angakanani, iy'thunywa zingakanani, ezinhle nezingekho nezingakhanyi, ey'khanyayo nezingakhanyi, ezizongena kula manzi, wena nawe uzongena kuwo. You question those things. It's just not, akusinto esingathi singaze fanele ukuthi manje you question those things ukuthi njengoba ngiyozenza lezi zinto nalabantu abangaka omunye udiliza lokhu, omunye udiliza inzila, omunye udiliza iy'thunzi, omunye nami ngizongena kulawo manzi ngaleso sikhathi. Guys, that's why we listen to abantu bakini masizokusa emanzini. Fanele sixoxe nabo in preparation ukuthi ngixoxe nabo ukuthi soyenza kanjani into yalo muntu, yini eniyidingayo nani nani. Awuvele nje uyongena. Awuvele nje uyongena. I mean, gogo ngicela ukubuza. Okay, I'm trying to understand. Angazi kunizi okay, ithi ngibone kahle. Ukubuza umuntu onesithunywa sentaba nesithunywa samanzi. Yeah, kuyadiphenda. In most cases, guys, iy'thunywa ziyahambisana futhi if you are aligned properly, kuba lula mawu-aligned naley'thunywa zakho ngoba iy'thunywa ziyahlanjululwa. So uthi wena okay, so I don't know if I get you right. So you are saying that for your understanding is that umuntu onesithunywa kusuke kukhuluma umuntu emadlebeni. Cha, sithandwa sami. Kuhlukile kuya ngokuthi isithunywa esinjani leso futhi siza kanjani. Imimoya ayifani, guys. It does not mean makuthiwa umuntu unesithunywa kunomuntu okhuluma emadlebeni akhe noma okutshela ngamadlebe, cha. Isithunywa sikhuluma ngama-visions, isithunywa sikhuluma uhleli njena kungena ukuthi ubone izinto ekungathi ubuka ifilimu. Umuntu uyabona sometimes khona ukuthi uthi uhleli nomuntu ne-guys, uthi uhleli nomuntu bese isithunywa siveza iy'mpawu kulo muntu. I don't know how to explain this. Iy'mpawu kulo muntu without even you umbone ubone the other side of him exoxa nawe or the other side of her exoxa nawe or ubone umuntu omdala. Isithunywa guys sisebenza ngey'ndlela ey'ningi kuya ngokuthi lo muntu uphiwe maphi amandla. It's either uphiwe amandla entaba or uphiwe amandla amanzi or uphiwe both. Kodwa faneke zisebenzisane cause kuyenzeka ukuthi fane kube ngapha nangapha. Uyabona? So angazi noma ngiyakuchazela kahle Lukhanya ukuthi kusebenza kanjani. Akusuke ukuthi umuntu wesithumunya ukhona izinto ozozibona emuntwini. Akekho umuntu ohamba kuthiwa onayo lawo ma-signs ukuthi lo muntu unesithunywa, kodwa yena wuye ongakutshela kangcono because lento iphakama kuye. And isithunywa, I must also understand umuntu onesithunywa guys kakhulu, umuntu onesithunywa uvamise ukukhala. Uvamisile nje ukukhala. Isithunywa siyakhala, isithunywa siyakhuphuka, uthi uhleli nje. Angazi ukuthi ngayichaza kanjani. I think I've done videos ngesithunywa so that you can actually see i-gift yesithunywa isebenza kanjani. But it's not something that is limited to what we say ngoba siphakama ngey'ndlela ey'hlukile. Yabona? So we need to understand ukuthi siphakama kanjani. Thokoza Nelsiwe siyabonga kakhulu from Springs. She says from Springs, ngiyabonga ungivakashele ngelinye ilanga. Hawu. Mina ngivakashele wena uzongenzela i-coffee yabo. Yeah, ngiyabonga sithando sami mangabe siyafunda ngoba lana sizofundisana. Sizange kuzothi ubani ungcono ubani wenzani. Sizofundisana lana silungisane so that izinto zizohamba kahle ey'mpilweni zethu. Into esiyifunayo manje i-prosperity guys ne-progress. Naku esikufunayo. Thokoza Thango, ngiyabonga sithando sami, if you got your confirmation. Engathi singakhula eh singakhula emathongeni. Yabona into ezosisiza ukuthi si-stop ukukhompyutha, as I posted that video yesterday. Sisebenzisane. As bengimention ugogo lo bengisebenza naye that yazi ukusebenza nomuntu osebenza ngamathonga, usebenza ngendlela wena osebenza ngayo, but lokho kuxhumana okwenzwe yidalwa zakubo nami, it was amazing. Sifundisene kakhulu mina naye, sike saba sahlala nje kwaba nenkonzo ukuthi faneke sihlale nje lapha entabeni ngike ngixoxe naye okuningi, and it was interesting because I think we are more or less the same age, but the humbleness and the respect that esbonisene yona, and her appreciation in my journey and my gift, my appreciation in hers was totally amazing. Baningi abantu engihlangana nabo, guys, engifuna ukukusho lokhu, that I've met in my journey, that I've helped, and that some I do learn from other things from them. Because umuntu makazoza abantu bakini basuke bakuchazela isimo somuntu, and then you learn nawe, because into it's some are the first time ngihlangana nalento, but I have to fix it ngendlela abayibonisa ngayo, so they try to explain lento. So ugogo ungikhulise kakhulu kakhulu entweni zamabutho, ngikhule kakhulu ey'ntweni zamakhosi, baningi abantu abangikhulisile kakhulu. Ngibonga lokho nje ukuthi you guys like trust me with your journeys. Yabona. Okay, tisibone ke ukuthi is there any other question? All right. Yeah. So I'm very grateful that you guys do trust me with your journeys and do trust me ngey'mpilo zenu nezemndeni yenu. Some people come umuntu ayi-one ngigcine sengimithe the whole family. Sengibazi bonke, ngazi ngisho emakhaya abo. Into ke ye-spirituality, guys, ayinakuthi, as I always say, you always have to be selfless, because ikuthathe ikuse ey'ntweni in your age ukuhlala uy'buza ukuthi kule age engikuyo lento ingibeke la ngempela. So ngiyabonga kakhulu nje. I like your question. Lukhanyo, ngiyayithanda. So uthi Lukhanyo, uma uphupha amakhehla akuthuma ni build isibaya, and then akuthume ukuthi ambothenga i-material. Bayakubuilda mthandi sekhaya. Bayakubuilda. I hope you can. That's just clear. Yini lo oyifundiswayo? Are you learning lento abakufundisa yona? Because when usesikolweni nje, especially when it is interesting because it's Maya. Hayi bakuphethe zakhala ne bayakufundisa, and I hope, because sizofanele ukuthi at the end of the day kuzofanele si-complete angithi lesi sibaya, sithando sami. So isibaya ke could be their place of communication nawe. So isibaya umuzi wabo, babuild umuzi wabo nawe, angazi noma unawo yini umuzi wabo, because bazama ukukutshela ukuthi kuqedela or sidinga umuzi wethu. So you are in training, sithando sami. It does not need you ukuthi uzuyo, uyadingeka ukuthi uwenze lowo muzi, uyadingeka futhi ukuthi uqede, ngoba bakubonisa nje indawo, ikhaya labo abalidinga kuwe. But ke uyafundiswa ku-training. I hope I have answered you again. Leso sibaya sizofanele ukuthi siqedwe. Ngiyosoyixoxa nje ngelinye ilanga, kodwa leso sibaya leso kuzofanele ukuthi siqedwe, bese-ke siyayenza-ke, guys. Bese-ke Lukhanyo-ke uyabangenisa. So I hope I did answer you. I hope I did answer you, but that is very interesting. It's a very interesting dream. It's very interesting. So yeah, guys, I hope nginisizile. I hope you have learned. Okay, let's see. You'll never get a strange feeling. Who said we get strange feelings by telling people the izinto zabo? We don't get strange feelings. Uh isithunywa sisho ukuthi phela u-abnormal or fanele ukuthi wenze izinto like no. I sit like this and you have a normal chat whether with your colleagues and your friends and ubatshela into zabo nje ulibe uyihlelele kungenakele kulutho futhi with a ulibe uyiphuzela itiye lakho noma yini. It's even worse when people kukhona abantu abaphiwe ne guys, this one is funny, abaphiwe and they're denying their gift. So umuntu masephuzile zikhali induku ngoba akutshela iy'ndaba zakho. Kushuthi ngoba uyayidinaya mayesober, babona ukuthi abamsebenzise mayedakiwe because immediately lo muntu uyaziwa ukuthi immediately adakiwe izinto azoyikhuluma awufuni ukuba seduze kwakhe mayedakiwe. So it's not ukuthi guys mawunesithunywa or you are funny or you are weird or awukho normal. You act like normal people. We act like, I mean, it's not something that's written ukuthi mawuhamba wena emall fanele kubonakala ukuthi uhamba ney'thunywa. No, guys. Ayikho hectic ngaleyo ndlela how. It's something that we just it's ngathini? It's sort of like a chip le benithi sizofakwa ama-chip nge-COVID. It's sort of like a chip that you don't know exists. I think I don't know whether I'm explaining it better. Uh That's true. Bebakutshela into right. Bakuwe banawe. It's a chip. Into nayo but ungazi ukuthi unayo. Because when we were born, I don't think ukuthi mawuzalwa and then at the age of 5 you realize ukuthi okay mina nginesithunywa. No. It's a chip that you don't know exists. Into kuwe it's sort of like your software where you have a software but you don't know that you have that software. You understand? So basically now you computer but you don't know the softwares that you have. Yeah, understand. So yeah, lama apps nawo kuwe. So it's like an app. Sinama app. That's I think that explains is true. You are better, or that explains lama gift esinawo better. I don't think there's any other way ongakwazi ukuchaza ngakhona. It's not something that makes you a weirdo. It's not something we live normal lives. You understand? Um, it's just that when we now thina sesifuna ukuzibonakalisa njengabantu abanama-supernatural powers are beyond abanye abantu, then it becomes a problem because now you're going to want to actually uh, feed lento nayo ngezinye izinto so that abantu bazokubuka ngathi. You understand? Abantu they want supernatural power, so bagcine bangena ey'ntweni ezi-wrong. Bazayivala. So y- uyafunda and then yabona wena usendaweni impela your profession impela believe me, I've got professional midwives, dermatologists and everybody else in my space who has a spiritual calling. So your journey of medicine it's actually linked to lento abafuna uyenze iyahambisana ukuthi nje the problem is that we don't understand ukuthi the calling or a spiritual gift helps you everywhere you go. It helps you isebenza everywhere. Isebenza in your professional space, isebenza ekhaya, isebenza akusukuthi guys ngoba naku une, and I did explain this. I said there are people who are, as people, sonke, we are spiritual beings. Sonke. And then we have spiritual gifts. And then we have spiritual callings. Lezi zinto zo-3 azifani. Okay. So akusukuthi ngoba naku une spiritual gift kusho ukuthi wena uzohlala-ke manje ungenzi into oyifundele noma onazo just because une-spiritual gift. Khona umuntu ofike abe ne-spiritual gift and a spiritual calling, or sorry, abe ne-spiritual calling and then uyi-professional doctor or for a professional nurse or this or that, or ukulo. In i-calling yakhe does work okay, now i-calling sometimes may call you, you may be called to consult, which we are. I think I am. Tingen's example, I am spiritually called, but uh kunomuntu it's just a spiritual gift. You just have to acknowledge into nayo. So awukwazi ukuthi because now you've got a spiritual gift sekuthiwa-ke manje impilo yakho seyimile, cha, azange kushiwo lokho, because even after observing and acknowledging the things that you're supposed to do, kukhona abantu abawogobela kodwa still bayaya emsebenzini. So how is it possible ukuba kenzela into ezinjalo? Guys, let's not limit our gifts to abanye ama-experiences nabanye abantu, as umkhulu ashilo in that video. Asifani at all, asiphiwanga ngokufana. And the more we embrace and understand and try to learn those things, the more sizokhula, the more sizokwazi ukusizana. Yes, because right now sonke siku-situation where everything is a mess. And in everything that is a mess, we need cleaners. We need people who are going to clean that mess and help people understand what the mess is, so that everybody can lendo put in something as ancede kule mess. So if we get one person okwazi ukuclean up imess yabantu abawu-10 and we have another one okwazi, can you just imagine ukuthi singaya kude? The problem is that when now we have those people who are cleaning the mess, then they start being greedy. That's when the problem begins. Ukuthi-ke sesibona ukuthi okay, abantu baningi basey'nkingeni bese sicala ukuba greedy, siqala ukwenza izinto ekungafanelanga sizenze manje. That's where the problem is. But right now, I think we are in a space, especially spiritually, we need each other. In spiritual things, in religion, in understanding the link between all of these things. I posted yesterday on my page and said, I want to explain this. Ekuqaleni uJehova wayeyilizwi, meaning uJehova was just a mere spirit. He had to speak he had to speak things into existence. So we need to understand religion and understand the Bible. Wakhulumela izinto ukuthi ziphile, zaphila izinto. So that is why umuntu mayedlula ngisho emhlabeni edlula ispirit, awukwazi ukuthiwa akuthiwa umzimba wakho usezulwini, cha. Your spirit goes to where it's supposed to go. Umuntu umoya. So before there was religion and Christianity, there was spirituality. Because umuntu uzalwa umoya. You cannot take away this one. That is why mabebuya labantu babuya ngamaphupha, because their spirits, they're in a right, correct place. Before there was earth, there was heaven. Heaven is part of a spiritual realm. So I want us to understand this thing. Sincengisana, so ngisana kodwa sozosifike lapho esiya khona. So wezwa ikhwelo. Okay, I'm glad ukuthi you were praying at that moment mawuyizwa lelo khelo sithando sami, because it wasn't a good sign. The fact that you were praying kwakhala lelo khelo kushuthi lento you felt it wayishisa. That is why you prayed first and then wayizwa. So it was feeling the impact yale prayer boyenza. I'm glad that it confirmed to you, because akusiwo wonke amakhwelo sithando sami right. So that is why uyizwe. So the prayer that you did at that moment was actually helping you ukudila nalento beyiphezu kwendlu. No, you don't get a strange feeling. God bless you too, sithandwa sami. Uma wenzani? Ziyakhala kuma, komsiza ugogo ukuthi alunge. Umtshele ukuthi ngithe mina komsiza ukuthi alunge ngoba bayambona boss ukuthi akayilaleli so ngcono yabona makalapha. Komsiza ugogo ukuthi alungise. Guys, thank you so much for joining in. I'm not sure if there's another question, but yeah. Ngiyabonga kakhulu for joining in. Yeah, zizakhala kwezinye iy'ndawo but-ke sizolibe siyincengile. Sizolibe siyincengile kuze kufike lapho ekufaneke sifike khona. Kodwa nje asizameni ukuhloniphana nje kukho konke. Le ndlela idinga sihloniphane, le ndlela it's not to instill fear on people. Nokusebenzisa amandla ukuthi wena sowuphiwe unakho. Asebenzisi amandla esiwaphiwe to intimidate and undermine other people. Into esilethelwe ukusiza. Singama-vessels nje sonke siyasiza. We are servants. And the sooner we understand ukuthi thina sizosiza sitshalelwe ukusinda guys, sitshaliwe njalo asibekiwe kodwa sitshaliwe satshalelwa. That is why angithi isitshalo siqale sibe nama-roots sikhule. That is why kwenzeka kanjalo ngoba siyitshalo ey'tshalela ukuthi ziphilise abantu without fear or favor. Ziphilisa abantu abangenalutho sitshalelwe ukuphilisa. And the sooner we get there, the better for all of us. Thank you guys so much.